So I'm about to jump on a plane from Bangkok to Adelaide. If I die in the plane crash, hopefully this video serves a purpose. And my book, I've pretty much 99.9% finished it. I've sent a copy to Freely, so if I do die on the plane, you know that you can still get a copy of my book next week. Anyway, side effects of vasectomies. So, fatal side effects of vasectomies is what I saw recently. Fatal side effects of vasectomies. I'll tell you what, I had a vasectomy 9 years ago. So I'm experienced with the side effects. Let me name off some side effects. First side effect of a vasectomy is you save a shit ton of money. In terms of debt, it's a fatal suicide on debt because you save so much money. If you want to have kids, good, fair enough. Do what the fuck you want to do in that aspect, but understand having children is a lot of moolah, a lot of money. The average child is about $250,000. $1 million if you're raising the kid organic raw food, a fully raw whatever diet, $10 a mango diet. I just had a meal of mangoes then. It cost me like $15. And we were in Thailand. If that was Australia, it would be $50. So if you got one person, $50 or $15, Australia, Thailand, a few people, that's $50 to $250 to feed 4 people, 4 kids, for 1 meal per day. So that's $750 a day. So you save so much fucking money. I went out to a restaurant last night, shouted at my mate, I'm like, well, I don't really shout food much, do I? You know, I spend maybe $50 a year on food for other people. If you're a parent, that's a few $1,000s a year. So it's, you save so much money. So if you have 1 kid, 250 grand roughly. 4 kids, $1 million you save. That's how much you save having a vasectomy. So that's a big side effect, is you save a shit ton of money. You save a shit ton of money, and having kids is just getting more and more and more expensive. Organic food, more expensive to buy all the time, going up and up and up. Things are just costing more. There's more and more pressures now. So it's more financially side effect. You save a shit ton of money. Another side effect is time. You have so much time if you don't have kids. Too much time, some people say. So a side effect of having a vasectomy is you get more time to do what the fuck you want to do. If raising kids is what you want to do, that's awesome, that's good. But in life, it's about doing what you really want to fucking do. For me, that's sharing the message, making YouTube videos, being fit, getting sleep, doing what the fuck I want to do any time of the year. Get on a plane, I want to go here, I want to go there, whatever the fuck I want to do. When you got kids, there's responsibility. Your life doesn't get worse, but your life is never the same. My parent friends tell me, so Harley, I love having kids, but I admit, life's not like it used to be. It's fucking 100% different because you got mouths to feed, you got responsibilities. It's different. Life is always fucking different when you have kids. So a side effect of having a vasectomy is that your current lifestyle will stay the same. If you already got kids, you only have that much responsibility. So when you have a vasectomy, you'll have less responsibility. So a side effect of having a vasectomy is less responsibility. Less stress. So a side effect of having a vasectomy is you don't age as fast. A lot of my friends say when they have kids, they age 10 years in 1 year. Because you get 2 or 3 years of sleep deprivation the first few years. The kids are screaming, kids got fever or whatever, measles, chicken pox. So you get 2 or 3 years sleep deprivation per child. That's massive. Growth hormone slowing down, aging rapidly. All my friends who don't have kids, age over 40, they look the youngest, I'll admit. That's just cosmetic, that doesn't really mean much. So, but if you want to have kids and dedicate your life to having kids, power to you, do what you want to do. Another side effect would be stretch marks. And some women, they don't like getting stretch marks, their boobs drop when they do breastfeeding, they feel looser, they get more, stretch marks, whatever. For me personally, it doesn't really matter, but I know a lot of women out there, guys can probably relate, if a woman has a small little thing, they often, unfairly, because society says you've got to be perfect. Even the models don't even fucking look like the models. But the women buy the magazines with the models on the front who don't even fucking look like that in real life, and then they compare themselves with that. So they get the boobs drop a few inches or a few centimeters, and they get a few stretch marks, or they get a C-section scar, and then they compare themselves to a touch-up model who doesn't even look like the model. No wonder they don't feel so good about themselves. So when it comes to time in the bedroom, they don't feel as sexy as they used to, or whatever. And it's just so that's another side effect, is that you don't have to deal with that. If your girlfriend or wife or whatever hasn't had a kid or hasn't having more kids, then they can just stay where they're at. Just putting it out there. So it's having a vasectomy. Another side effect would be sex drive. A side effect of having a vasectomy is you become harder. You become harder. Why? Because a lot of guys, myself included, paranoid about getting someone pregnant. So if you have performance anxiety, a lot of that is due to like, well, it's a bit like riding your bicycle down a mountain. And I'm like a what if sort of guy. I'm like riding down the mountain, I'm thinking, yeah, if my tyre blows out, I'm going to fucking smash my teeth out in the ground. I'm one little rock away from a hospital visit. But if you're riding your bike down the road, you got full fucking gear on. The road is made out of rubber, soft rubber that turns to water when you hit it. The barriers are all like soft, fucking 10-inch fucking meter padding, whatever. So you can fly down that mountain as fast as you want. There's no what ifs. You can bust your nuts as deep as you want when you get a vasectomy. There's no what ifs. Bust your nuts deep. Bust your nuts deep, man. That's a side effect of a vasectomy. You can bust your nuts so deep, you bust a nut. Pun intended. So it's just crazy, man, how, like, it's just, the biggest aphrodisiac is your imagination. The biggest turn on is your mind. So when you have a vasectomy and you've taken care of contraception and it's just spontaneous, let's fuck. If you had your pill, who cares? Whatever. So if you're in a relationship, your relationship where you've been there for a while, and you got a vasectomy, and it's just like there's no condoms, there's no STDs, there's no pill, there's no IUDs, copper bullshit or whatever, there's no toxic pills that damage women's metabolism, and then you've got to spend 10 years detoxing off the pill, weight gain, fluid gain, craziness, all this. The pill, toxic. Get a vasectomy, guys. Put the responsibility of contraception on yourself versus go, hey girl, take this fucking toxic pill. What's the male equivalent of the contraceptive pill is 250 milligrams of testosterone and anthate per week. 250 mils of test and anthate per week. Why don't guys do that? Because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to go on steroids. But we put fucking women on steroids as young as 13 years old. We put them on steroids for fucking 15 years, 30 years. And then when they get breast cancer or whatever, they're like, oh, what happened? Get a vasectomy, minimise the risk of your loved one get some issues. So there's some side effects of vasectomy, 7 minutes long. Maybe we'll stretch it out a bit longer. What's another side effect of a vasectomy? You're harder, you have less stress, you don't age as fast, you got less responsibility, you save a shit ton of money, you save a lot of money, you don't age. What's another one would be testosterone. It's been shown that men who have vasectomies have higher testosterone levels. Higher testosterone levels. Why is that? They're not too sure. My little reasoning for that one, my little opinion there would be that when you're stressed, your testosterone levels go down. So if you're worried about getting someone pregnant, if you're worried, your testosterone levels go down. If you have taller posture, your T levels go up. So if you're like going, oh my god, I'm just going to get pregnant, then your T levels drop down. So when you get a vasectomy and you're busting nuts, and you have to worry about it, when you're riding down the mountain on the rubber road, and you're just like, yeah, man, let's just fucking go for it, it's a lot more fun and relaxing. So your T levels go up. So that's my little theory of why testosterone levels often reported higher in many men after a vasectomy. And you're harder, man. You're a lot harder because you're just like, you can go harder, man. Pun intended. So that's the side effects of vasectomy. I've had one for the last 9 years. My dad had one, my uncle had one. My dad was like 50 years before he died, he had a vasectomy. No worries, you know. So it's a choice, it's an option, it's the best contraception out there, short of staying away from sex. A lot of people use the pull-out method. If you're using the pull-out method, expect a pull-out baby. There's plenty of pull-out babies. I'm sure I was probably a pull-out baby as well. That's just not a method. Using the pull-out for contraception is like... What is that like? That is like driving a car and hoping you see the radar. You're speeding, it's like speeding in a Ferrari and hoping you see the radar in time. Oh, there's a radar, pull out! Doesn't always work that way, guys, because swimmers can come anytime. And especially a warning, if you're eating a high-carb, fruit-based vegan lifestyle, you're going to be much more virile, because swimmers are fueled on fructose. Those guys are swimming like Phelps on nearly 300 grams of fructose a day. So the more fructose you're eating, your swimmers are fucking like Phelps. Just boom, busting through the ovarian wall, get in there. So be careful if you're eating a lot of fruit. If you're a woman or a guy, especially if you're a guy eating fruit. That's why Uganda has the highest fertility rates. They also have the highest fucking banana rates. Uganda has the highest fructose consumption. They have the highest fertility rates on the planet. Put two and two together. Stay safe, kids and girls and guys out there. That's my thoughts, side effects of vasectomy. I'm pretty amped on the subject. I could be a door-to-door salesman of vasectomies. Have you had your nuts chopped? I recommend you fucking do.